Hi, I'm your host, Dan Stafford, with the Midwestern Geek and Cali podcast, now become a video cast. I wanted to talk about a couple of things. This will be a brief episode, not too long. And thing number one, that's kind of appropriate. I'm watching a new series called Siren, and I'm kind of liking it. It's basically a series about mermaids. There are two sisters, sister mermaids, one captured by the military. The other one is kind of wandering around this Pacific, port town and looking for her sister that got captured by the military. I'm liking it so far. I think it's pretty interesting. I think the characters are still growing into their roles. Reminds me of when The Next Generation was in its first season with Star Trek. The characters were a little stiff and wooden at first. By the end of the first season, they were on a roll. By the second season, they were cooking with gas. So I'm liking the show so far. It's getting just a little titch sexy. Not anything crazy for this day and age, that's for sure. And I think it's worth checking out. I think it could go places. We'll see how they do. Item number 2. As you may know, I'm in full-time school at California Technical Academy. I am taking the IT Systems Administrator series of certificates. Eventually, I'll become a certified Microsoft Systems Administrator, which is pretty cool. We're talking PCs and servers and networking, all the above. Right now, I'm in the early stages. I just yesterday passed my certification exam for TestOut's PC Pro certification. This certification runs concurrent with the CompTIA A+ certification for PCs and networking and printers, that type of thing. I'm expecting to get my A+ cert by the end of this month. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty jazzed. I got the first cert. I'm looking to get the next cert by the end of the month. And with a little luck, that'll turn into some work. So I'm kind of hoping to bring some bucks in the door and keep the doors open, so to speak. Anyway, digging that. There was an interesting article on futurism today, and it was talking about a new path to achieving fusion energy. They're talking about, rather than fighting the chaos of a fusion reaction, trying to be contained with magnetic fields, guiding it, kind of guiding the chaos to where you want it. I think this is an interesting approach. And when I first heard it, it kind of made a little sense to me. So, anyway, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'll throw a link to that in the show notes. And on that note, I think I'm going to call it a night. So, happy Vulcan fingers to you from the Agent 42 in Sleepy Land, Temecula, California. Let's say summer's winter home, the land of palm trees and sunshine. They call Florida the Sunshine State. I ought to come over here sometime. Anyway, thank you for listening and have a wonderful night and weekend.